G'day folks, and welcome back to another video. I'm up the back here with the Soarer, and this video is a little bit different than normal. This one's more of like a documentation. I've got a electrical issue for the interior of the Soarer, which if you own a Soarer you'll know that's pretty common to have lots of electrical faults. But basically the doors continue to unlock themselves. Even when you lock the car, they just automatically unlock. Obviously that's an issue. You can't really take the car anywhere or park it anywhere if you can't lock the car. Anyway, that's what I'm going to try and fix today. I couldn't really see any documentation on YouTube or any of the old forums or even the Facebook groups, so this is why I'm making this video, so that in the future someone might actually use it. But I asked around in the Soarer groups and got a little bit of advice from some people, so I'll show you what I think the issue is. So if we come in here to underneath the driver's side, so the door controls here, they get wired through and through to under here. I'll just get my phone torch, hopefully make it a little bit brighter to see things. But as you can see, it's a real rat's nest in here of cables. I've just been cut and twist tied with some electrical tape, which is pretty annoying. You can see that orangey plug there going into like a black box. The black box is the door control module. So that controls exactly when the car unlocks itself, locks itself, the central locking. If you've got a wireless receiver, the remote locking, which this does have a wireless receiver, but I don't have a button key, so that doesn't work. And obviously when you lock and unlock the door from the internal controls. So either that's broken, or more likely in this rat's nest of cables, something's not connecting and it's causing a sensor or something to trigger and keep on unlocking the doors. So my job today is to try and go through all of these cables and I guess resolder them, try and find out which ones are broken, which ones are working. But yeah, gonna be not a fun job today. I'm guessing the previous owner had an alarm fitted previously, and I don't know, I guess he just hacked it out when he sold it to me and didn't fix it up properly. But that's what we'll be doing today, trying to go through all of those wires, find out where they go, properly solder them up and see if any of them have broken or lost connection or shorted out or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's basically what this video is going to be about. Okay, so I can see there has actually been a immobilizer installed, and there's also a shock sensor in here which is actually still working, but obviously it's not hooked to any sort of alarm. I'm going to try and cut out this this wiring that goes to this immobilizer, which obviously there's nothing plugged in there, and see if that cleans up a little bit of this mess and allows me to follow some of the wires a little bit better. Okay, so quick update. I'm not actually sure what this box is. Might have to consult some forums to find out what that is, but it's wired into this immobilizer thing as well as other factory parts of the car. So yeah, I need to find out what that is before I unplug that. I'm also going to have to cut some wires and unplug some plugs, so it's at this point I will disconnect the battery because I don't actually know what any of these plugs do, so it's probably better not to, power on, power off, power on, power off to all these electronic parts. So I will disconnect the battery, and that's an update for now. So we're about an hour in, not really any closer to figuring out what the problem is. I managed to find there's only 2 wires going to the door module control that have been tampered with, and they both look like fine. Peel off the tape, they're twisted really well, they got a good connection. So it's obviously not that. There's a lot of other wires under there which I can't really see where they're going, so I might have to take off like the lower dash parts, which is a pain because you have to take off the whole dash and the center console to do that, or at least the whole lower dash to do that. Also, it's getting really hot. It's like 1 PM. It's like 34 degrees, getting hotter and hotter. So I'm probably going to either come back later this evening or maybe even tomorrow or another day where it's a little cooler to work on this problem. Okay, we're back. I got a haircut. Back working on the car. So it's about a week later from when I left off last time. We had a string of really hot days, so I just didn't want to work outside on the car when it's like 40 degrees outside and in the sun. So it's pretty cool today, and I'm going to continue with the wiring issue for the door locks. Okay, so kind of hit of a snag, which is a little annoying, but basically I just don't have enough space under here to access a whole bunch of the plugs underneath this panel. So I'm going to have to take or try and take this lower panel off, but to do that I have to take this middle panel off, and to do that I have to take this out. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I just can't reach any of the plugs under there from this angle, so I'll be taking those out. I'll also be doing, whilst I'm here, then I will replace this kind of surround bit that goes around there. That I had wrapped in like a carbon fiber vinyl, but it's just not a very good finish, so I will just go straight back to the black. Okay, update, as you can see behind me, I actually spent about an hour helping Dad put up the shade cloth here, so now I can park my car here out of the sun and out of the rain and out of the hail when I need to, so that's pretty cool. I'm just closing up for today. I kind of half pulled out some of the lower dash and the center console, as you can see here, and that gave me way better access to all the wires down here, and I began basically just trimming everything that wasn't wired into anything, and there was quite a lot. So that's kind of it for today. I'm not doing any more today. I will just quickly show you how much crap I actually cut out of the car. So all of that in there. No idea what it was there for. I'm guessing a past alarm system. I guess there was some wiring in the engine bay too, which is weird. So I might take this opportunity to wire in a kill switch and then try and fix up all the wires again, and she should be ready and good to go. I'll see you guys in a little bit for the next part of this video. G'day. Okay, so we're back. It's a new day again, and I kind of stopped filming with the whole door lock issues because it very quickly became one of the most annoying and painful experiences I've ever done. So I just couldn't be bothered filming it, but it's now done. Turns out I don't think the problem was actually electrical to start with, but it was good to get in there and sort all of that out. So one of the reasons why it was really annoying was I was like lying on my back across here and trying to solder things and solder the wires above my face. I could only do about 5 minutes at a time before my back started hurting. But anyway, I'll just quickly show you like the finished result. It's a lot neater now than it was. So coming up in here, you can see I've soldered a bunch of the wires back together. It may not look that much neater, but it's cut a lot of the excess wires out and shrink wrapped them properly rather than just the electrical tape. So I did all of that. Also tidied some of the wires back up in there as well. Okay, so the reason why I don't think it was the electricals in the end is because, out of curiosity, I tried to lock this door from the internal locks because the battery was disconnected and the key doesn't really fit on the outside of the door, and I found that turning this lock actually didn't lock the door. So that basically meant that the cables weren't working or something was broken in there. So I took off this door panel, and I found that the sleeve that wraps around the cable had come loose. So moving that lock simply moved the cable moved the sleeve rather than the cable. So I kind of did a bit of a ghetto solution. We'll see if it works and how long it holds, but basically that lock now works. And then I connected the battery and it all works now, and it doesn't try to unlock itself. The central locking works again. So yeah, that's kind of that for the door lock problem. So that's really good because now I can kind of confidently drive it around, park it at places and not worry about it getting stolen. that's kind of it for this video then. It's a bit of a weird one, bit of a chunk missing in the middle, but that's right. I'll see you guys shortly for the next video where I've got some pretty exciting, one of the biggest changes to the car that's getting installed probably this weekend, or at least fitted this weekend. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.